Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to the channel of Upright Men. And I know it's the channel of upright men because when upright people come on visit this channel for the first time, they subscribe and they return time and time again because they know there is nowhere else they're gonna go and get this hard hitting truth. Fake people doesn't stay on here. Shallow people doesn't stay on here. Fanatics doesn't stay over here. Because this is where people come to keep things real. Anyway, guys, as I say, welcome back. Now, guess what? After doing those diggings on Michael Spencer and finding out some things about his background, I said to myself, what is the background of his wife? So I made a few calls, made a few contacts, and did a few, circles. And this is what I found. First, to begin with, she has strong connections to the One Harbour gang. Word on the ground is that she is related to Damian Davis, who is the Don for the 31 St. John's Road faction of the One Harbour gang. But when we say 31 St. John's Road, it is a big stretch of, well, I don't know if it still is capture land, but it was captured way from in the 60s, 70s. But maybe it's not regulated, but it have an entrance on St. John's Road, which is considered number 31. But it's not a one little premises like how we would know it. Now, Damian Davis, who is mostly called Wassy or Spinball in the streets, is a notorious bad man, and he has connections both in all of the areas that the former gang leader used to tramples through back in the day when he was a practicing bad man. So as I had said in the previous report that they had known each other for a while and that they probably had known each other from school days, but whether that is true or not, was clear that because of her connection to badmanism, that it's clear that they had met and had known each other prior to him running away to link back with her in Old Harbour in 2019. Because what we have got to understand is that when they came for him in Garden Pen to take him out, he actually had gotten shot in the face and ended up in hospital. And by the time that had been sorted out and he got well, he never went back to Garden Pen. He linked with her and went straight to Old Harbour. So let me make this clear. Michael Spencer did not go into the clergy because he found God. Michael Spencer went into the clergy because him never want fi dead. This young lady herself, she had left the area from like 4 years before then and had gone to Old Harbour because what I hear, there was some talks about missing money and missing guns. And her name did call up. And she and the Don fall out, even though they were related. And she decided to make an exit. So she was a refugee to Old Harbour just as much as he was a refugee to Old Harbour. So their antecedents were almost identical. But let me tell you guys something about religion and about church. The best camouflage to put on when you want to hide your sordid past, you want to hide from people who want to harm you, you want to hoodwink people out of their money, and you want to be looked up to with some level of high regards. How you do? Pitch a tent. Back in the early 70s, there used to be a song called Pitch a Tent. And I remember some of the words in that song were, if you're broke and you don't have a cent and you can't pay your rent, just pitch a tent. And pitch a tent she did. And eventually, by having that tent, it came to this. And this is what it looks like now. And I'm quite sure that in due course, it would have gotten a whole lot better. But let's make one thing clear. This lady has never been to a theological college. She has never been to a seminary. She has absolutely no training in pastoral duties as far as everybody that I spoke to is concerned. She just come and tell everybody say, a God send her. And we know that this is Jamaica. And once you say a God send you, Lord God, case closed. Door just open to you and you can just start developing a flock. All you have to do is to call the big man upstairs name. Just call him name and you're good. So, back to the story. You see, when my man leave out of hospital and get better from the gunshot, him just go down there. They started a relationship. Although by some accounts it is said that they were actually in a relationship before. But whatever the case, him just go straight to the church and start become active, very active, and become a church leader. And by 2021, he was baptized and ordained just about 18 months after he was shot. And it is known that he had full contacts with some of the gunmen them in the One Other gang even after that, because some were claimed, he claimed personally, that they come down there to be ministered to, where he tried to change them. And one of the time when they came down there is, I can tell you, is in 2022, after some vicious incidents in Spanish Town. On Tuesday the 4th of June 2022, 4 men were shot on railway lane there in Spanish Town, which is next to Tarspen. And for those who don't know, Tarspen is the headquarters for the One Other gang. And of course, the One Other gang at that time was split in two with this the female pastor's relative, who was the Don, was fighting with the other main faction for control of St. John's Road. In that incident, 5 men were shot, 4 dead. The dead men were 21-year-old Ricardo Moore, 21-year-old Kirk Barrett, 34-year-old Desmond Bloomfield, and 28-year-old Horace Letman. Little after that, a baggerman fled down to Old Harbour to seek refuge in this church. Of course, it was like a safe house kind of thing where church members were asked to put them up. I don't know how many, so I don't have a figure whether 2 or 3 or more, but I heard that they were there. But I'm not quite sure how long they stayed. But of course, according to the pastor himself, when he was alive, he confessed that he brought in men of that ilk for ministering. And to the way he put it, he bring them in to try and bring them over to the Lord and make them change their ways. Whether that was his motive or not is up for debate. On the 14th of June again, that same 22, the first incident was the 4th of June. Another big flare-up took place on the June 14th. And Damian Davis, a.k.a. Wasi, a.k.a. Spinball, his name called up again in that. And 2 days later, the 16th of June, he carried himself in to the police along with his attorney. Well, I don't know what became of that case, but I'll find out and let you guys know. Now, let us look at this lady even deeper. Now, I'm going to, as I speak, I'm going to be showing you a series of pictures of her. And now, me want you to tell me, is this a changed woman? Is this a woman of God? Is this a woman who God himself is using as an instrument? Let me know in the comment section. You can come to me and preach about God and come to me looking like a cosmetic advertisement. You can come to me, come preach about God and come to me looking like dancehall Queen Carleen. If you're gonna do it, you have to do it right, and you must epitomize in your physical person the image that you are portraying. And you can't come to me looking opposite of the message you are preaching and still expect people to accept that message as valid. And that alone is reason enough for me to think that this person is not genuine. As you can see from these photos, she have false hair, never out of false hair, false eyebrow, false eyelash, powder up like powder monkey, and as you can see with some picture of her nails, they look like that of some model or something. Now, don't get me wrong, me not say woman not look good, but one question me going to ask, and if there's anybody out there who are Christians, me want them to tell me, explain it to me. Does your God make ugly? Do you think that you need to improve on the way God make you as a normal person? Now, when you hate your eyelash and your eyebrow and your hair and your everything about you, somehow no bleach, isn't that a way of saying that God fucked up somewhere and you have to improve upon what God do because you're not happy with it? Isn't this a form of self-hatred? Isn't this a form of self-loathing? Because if you love yourself and think God, your God did a good job, why are you afraid to go walk on the street or walk around in public with your natural features that your God gave you? Uno Christians, answer me. Now, when you are going into the church and you say you have a loving God who no make mistake, now, if God never make mistake, why you improve pan? Why can't you ever face the public in the natural state that God made you? You not think you're flying a God face? Now, can this woman here fly in a God face to that extent and still I say God? Could she be genuine? Personally, I say no. And that's just my personal feelings. To me, the clergy, for her, is just a means to an end. It is just a place where evil people can go and hide, and 9 out of 10 of them, 99 out of every 100 finds it becomes a very, very safe place where they can stay and still carry out their evil deeds. The girl is full of bling, a so bling. Look pan her. Not that bling you see. It is said that there was a Jesus, and if there was a Jesus, he was, according to legend, he was a very humble fellow. Now, when you, who is supposed to be a pillar of society, preach the word of your God, and at the same time you are hiding all of your physical features that your God gave you, doesn't it show that you have more faith in the cosmetics and in the beauty parlor, and that this is more about your personal self-aggrandizement rather than a genuine need to spread the word of your God? And here is the irony. I have not found any evidence that your God exists, yet me bun everything that you stand for. I adore and revere and idolize women in their natural beauty. So who is more of your God, you or me? Me burn out everything we you support under the quiet. As me tell people sometime, and me tell people this all while, and people vex with me, but me still I go say it, because me not there for popularity. If there is really a God, and him for come for him world tomorrow morning, him going go in the ganja den, in the coke den, the gambling hall, round the bingo table, in the casino, in the whorehouse, and go take out more righteous people than when I go find at the church. There, I said it. Who want bex? Church is where evil people gravitate to in order to seek validation. Don't get me wrong, not everybody, but who knows. Thanks again for your visit to the channel of Upright Men. Please like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.